I just got back from a really awesome time out on my Super 73 RX. I just met up with a couple of friends of mine in the neighborhood who I just keep running into. They also have bikes and scooters, electrical bikes and scooters of their own. Really awesome guys, and we just did a whole cool group ride. I came home, and in the mail, I was not expecting it to get here this early, but it took a while. I had to wait on it. Boom, check this out. This is an awesome headlight. It's meant for a motorcycle. It actually came with a light bulb. You see that right there? But it's really, really easy to pop out. It came with a couple of screws, and I also bought separately these mounts for it. So this is how it's going to attach to the bike. I have Allen wrenches and stuff in my pouch, so let's get everything we need, which is really just a Phillips head screwdriver that I'm gonna bring, and that's about it. And I'm just gonna stick it in here, I guess. That's too loose. So I should have known better than to expect it all to just snap together 1, 2, 3. So I had to bring the light itself upstairs because it does fit into the housing, which is great, but it's not a perfect fit. It's pretty dang loose. Oh. Now obviously you could be using some kind of tool for this if you had one, but alas, I am toolless. 2 hours. Alright, well we're gonna give it way more than 2 hours, so hopefully that works out. Go, 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 go! The bracket here is just not working out very well. It's loose, it's bouncing all over the place, the headlight droops down eventually, and yeah, there's just work that has to be done here. As you can see, I've taken the headlight off because I'm really not happy with this internal bulb that I've used. The light fixture, the actual bulb, is okay in brightness, and the main thing though is that it needs its own external battery pack right here, and if you leave it plugged in, the little LED that lights up on the back of here to let you know where to press, that drains the battery completely. If you leave it long enough, it will kill its own battery. How stupid is that? Secondly, the battery just doesn't last very long in general. So it's constantly put it out on me. What I've been using in the meantime, before I knock over anything, is this little bike light that I got previously for my boosted board as like a hand torch, and it works phenomenally. It's very bright, and actually mounting it on the handlebars is a pretty good way to use it. But right now what I'm going to do is first I'm going to show you how horribly I mounted this on there. Look at that, hot glue comes right off, more hot glue over here, and then this is all caulk. So I'm going to try to pry this off. We'll see how that goes, and then when I come back, what we're going to be doing is taking the original headlight, which can plug in to the Super 73 directly. We're going to be putting this on here, measuring it, and then I'm going to use my Dremel tool to cut out a hole large enough for this guy to fit through, so that way my headlight will be functioning through the main battery of the bike. That way I don't have to worry about charging the headlight individually. That should hopefully work out pretty well. Let's get this off. Alright, so we got that guy out now. Here's what it looks like if you're wondering. Don't recommend that guy. What I'm going to be doing is I'm going to grab the other headlight and I'm going to be putting it on here, and I'm going to use a Sharpie to try to trace out how large of a hole I think I should cut. Here we go. We got the light traced, and I have my Dremel tool down here, as you can see. I don't know how dangerous this is going to be, so I open the window so that way people can hear me screaming for help if anything goes wrong. I'm going to put down my visor for eye protection. There we go. Visor is down. And I'm just going to tap it on here and see how it goes. On a low speed. Not as many sparks as I expected. I'm gonna bring over a chair because this is gonna take a lot longer than I thought it would. Get out of here. And I also need to be facing this way. Sorry, I got all my workout equipment here. Gotta stay buff to lift that Super 73. Alright. We're gonna go on to high because No, that sounds so scary. That sounds so goddamn scary. Damn, man. This shit is strong. Shit. It's not straight. Oh no. I think I can turn that piece. Yes! Okay, you can.
Got the gaming drugs, bitches wanna f***. Word of my busy, my credit A1 with them killers. My credit A1 with them bang.
And we're just gonna paint the edge with a good bead, like so. I feel like Cake Boss. So we're just gonna give it an even spread, like so. I'm glad I'm not using hot glue for this again. The hot glue is not a good idea. It's not a good combination. So, alright, there we go. We've taped off the caulking gun. We can put that back. Awesomely enough, we have a package in the mail. This, if you read that right there, it says is, come on, focus. Bruh. This is a tail light for the RX. So Super 73 finally got me my replacement tail light, which I haven't really spoken about too much, but yeah, the tail light on this thing died. So they got me a new one finally. Here we go. Let's just dig in. So, unsurprisingly, very minimal unboxing, because that's it. That's it. And then look, they gave me a Super 73 sticker. So as you can see, Super 73 emailed me some instructions on how we can replace the taillight. It looks really simple. 2.5 millimeter hex wrench. Eventually we'll go back to fixing the headlight, but I need to take a break from that. Alright, so we are now onto the helmet cam. I looked at the instructions here and it all seems pretty straightforward. I'm just going to randomly try the first Allen wrench that I had available. Last but not least, if I don't trip on my boosted board, just going to turn on some light. This is also where you'll find this connector for what I'm assuming will eventually be turn signals that you can mount. Okay, so it's filthy under there. It's absolutely disgusting. What? Let's just go for it. Oh yeah, perfect. First wrench I grabbed happens to be the right size. You see, this is the bottom of the bike. You can see how dirty it is. Those two screws right there are the ones that hold the taillight in. While I'm here, honestly, I'm considering removing this fender. I don't know. It's not my favorite part of the bike, so it would be cool to see what it would look like without the little rear fender, but that's not what we're here for. Let's just take this off. Wait a minute. I think I might actually just be taking the fender off. If that is what I'm doing, then oh well. Oh, I am. Okay. It looks like... Okay, there are 3 screws, actually. Same size, all of them. And this fender... Weird. Okay. Obviously, I didn't read the instructions that detailed, but, I mean, come on. Wow. Okay, so we can see all up in there now. I'm gonna pull this out. Why? Well, that is where the taillight goes. So, at the moment, it actually doesn't seem like I'd be able to have the taillight on there without the fender. I don't know about that. We'll see. We'll do some inspecting. Oh, finally. Okay. Here we are. This is what we're working with right now. Let's zoom out. Here's what we're working with right now. This is the rear fender. I took the entire thing off and, well, first of all, it's filthy, but that is how the taillight is held on. So we're going to find a screwdriver that we can undo that with, replace it, plug her back in. Let's do that. Search through here and find a piece that can open, or not open, undo this. And we found one. Man, we're on a good roll today. So I don't think... cool. So that's off. This is off. Now something that could be the case is that this thing isn't actually dead and there's something that can be salvaged in it. I don't know. So we'll take a good look at what we got here. So as you can see, inside is the controller with all the extra cables poking out. If we look from underneath down here, you can see all those wires going into the controller down there. There she is, that's the controller, and all those wires come out. Here we have our little, I forget what they call it, HIGO connector. So I'm going to plug this in, I'm going to throw the battery on, and let's see what happens. Battery. Before I actually put it in there. That's the bad one. Here it is. Now, based on my experience taking off the last one, putting this on and then taking it off is probably going to be a difficult challenge, but we'll see. Alright, battery goes in. Turn her on. Alright, we're on. Here we go. Oh, man. Ah, you have no idea how happy that makes me. Great. Okay, let's now, for those of you who don't know, because it's not common knowledge, you hold up on the button here, and that would turn on the headlight, and it activates the running light in the back, and then you see it still gets brighter when we engage the brakes. Cool. That works. I'm very happy. So that does mean that that thing is pretty much dead. Now that we know it works, we can also see if we want to leave the rear fender off, because honestly it looks fine without it, and I got rid of the front fender already. If there's a way for us to mount it up there, which doesn't look like there is, honestly. If there was a way for us to mount it up there, which isn't just crazy glue or something, because I mean, that right there, can you see that? That right there wouldn't be too bad. That's not half bad. Okay. I'm gonna put this camera back up here. We would be able to put those screws back there. Oh. Okay, so we don't need the fender. Nice. Then from there, all we really need is some adhesive tape, which I don't have, of course. But we're gonna get these screws back on there. Actually, I probably don't need the middle screw anyway. Okay, that one's going in good. So, right now we just got these screws on to keep this, what they call the dust plate, I think. It's just a piece of plastic. But we're gonna use the screws to keep it up. And then, from here, this wire is too long. In there. Boom. Look at that. Amazing. Okay. And then we have too much of this LED strip. I'm going to have to redo that LED strip another time, because right now we got to finish up the headlight. Okay, so this is take 2. The first time I recorded it, I didn't have the sound on, or the microphone on. So we are going to be powering on the light. As you can see, I have the headlight mounted now. I have it all wired up, and I still haven't gotten replacement rubber for that part, and I still haven't mounted the taillight on properly, but they're all hooked up. So we have the battery on. We're gonna turn them on in 3, 2, 1. Man, that is super bright. It is very, very bright. The yellow is a very cool look. You can see the running light back here. This is how it would look pointing back where it should be mounted when you hit the brakes. So now I don't have to worry about charging my headlight. It's always going to be there as long as I have power in my battery. So this is a huge improvement. I'm very happy with how this came out. All the effort was well worth it. Now that we've finished all those other amazing upgrades, the next thing we are going to be upgrading is this seat. So that is actually something I just ordered online through Etsy. I'm not going to tell you what it's going to look like. It'll be a surprise, but you'll see that coming hopefully very, very soon. It's going to be a really awesome change to the bike, and it's really going to give me a lot more space back here. While I do like the look of the curve here, I would rather it be longer seat. So I'm very excited. Thank you for watching. Make sure you like and subscribe. See you in the next video.